Walsh and Loretta, friends of Miss Karr's, and Sergeant Picarallo. Miss Karr, I've got your letter, Mrs. Karr. I've got the letter that you sent to Astos and some other correspondence. Other than what's in the letter that you sent to Astos, do you have any other information that, or any other evidence of misconduct on the part of any police department or city employee, other than what you've stated here?
Well, I've been trying to obtain some, sir, namely the police report number 00006575, and two other reports that have different numbers but pertain to the same situation, that I have been almost 10 months now trying to obtain. Ultimately paid $500 to an attorney to obtain them. I still don't have the first 7 pages of that report, and I certainly would like to have that in my hand.
Okay. Let me go back to my original question. Do you have anything other than this letter, other information or evidence that you want to give to me or to Mr. Kemp, reference misconduct on the part of any city employee?
I have lots of evidence. Yes, the answer to that question is yes.
What evidence is that?
I don't know. We have to go through item by item and then talk about what we have and what we don't.
What are these reports that you're trying to obtain deal with?
Police reports?
Yeah, what are they?
Until you read them, it's hard to tell what your police
what are they
deal with.
Okay, let's try to keep our answers simple and direct.
Okay.
What do these reports deal with?
They deal with a landlord tenant situation, this particular one, wherein one of your police officers has taken it upon himself to instruct the tenant not to bother paying her bills.
Okay. When did this report get written about?
In July of 2000.
And what address would it have been?
11672 North 92nd Avenue, Peoria. No, North 92nd Drive. Excuse me.
Okay, now you said there were 3 reports. Are they 3 separate report numbers, or is it one report with additional reports added to it?
Sure, if I had my hands on it, I'd be able to answer that.
Okay.
If people would give it to me, it's been paid for.
Okay, you're saying you said there were 3 reports.
Correct.
Clarify that.
From what I understand, there are 2 other numbered reports
Related to that?
related to that. Correct. And while we're on that subject, is there a reason I can't obtain that?
I have no idea.
Is there, Mr. Kemp, that you know of?
If you make a public records request for a police report, most of the information in the report is public record. There are certain things by law that are not public records, such as information about victims, such as where the victim lives, their phone numbers, and identifying information. But generally, the police report itself becomes a public record. Now, it may not be a public record if there's an ongoing criminal investigation, but once the criminal matter is taken care of by a court, with those exceptions, the police report is a public record.
So I'd like you to be aware of the redacted report of that number, where you can't read anything on it. It's all nice blacked out.
How long ago did you get that redacted copy?
I had to... last fall. I can't give you the date. I probably could if I looked it up.
Had the thing gone to court yet, do you know?
No.
Did it ever go to court?
No, what thing?
This report you're talking about, did it wind up in the courts?
There was a forcible detainer hearing.
I mean, as far as the police department, criminal, were there any criminal charges filed?
There were criminal charges, but they obviously weren't filed.
Okay. Mr. Kemp, I can check on that when I get back.
Yes, they do.
I do have a question. But you don't personally know whether criminal charges were filed out of that report against some individual. You don't have any personal knowledge as to whether the person who was accused of a crime in that report, whether criminal charges were filed or not.
I know the charges were changed.
But you don't know. The point I'm asking is do you personally know what happened in terms of the criminal charges, whether specific criminal charges were filed by a prosecutor or not? And I mean, you have personal...
Charges were filed, but not the original charges. That's all I can tell you. If I had that in my hand, of course, I could be more explicit.
Why don't we go ahead through your points that you have typed out there?
No, these are just things that I want to make sure we cover.
Go ahead.
Okay, I would like to get an explanation for the cancellation of the meeting that was set up for me to do exactly this on November 2nd of last year. The meeting was set up by Mr. Grady Miller. Subsequently rescheduled again a third time, and then canceled without explanation. My attempts to have that explained to me were met with rudeness, being cut off, there's his facts confirming the meetings we're going to have.
Are these for us?
No, that's for me.
Okay.
If you want to talk together, I have no objection. I'll be happy to furnish you copies of so many things if you won't have time to read them.
I have a copy.
Okay. Now, I feel that this is a fair question because I was banned from your complex for trying to find out why I wasn't having this meeting.
I would be pleased to correct. I would talk to Mr. Miller and we'll deal with this as an allegation that you feel, and what I hear you saying is that you feel Mr. Miller behaved inappropriately with you.
I thought Mr. Miller did an excellent job. Up until the fact that the City of Peoria was told not to talk to me. Hang up the phone if she calls.
And so,
See out if she comes in.
so what you want to know is why was the meeting canceled?
That's correct. And when were they planning on taking these things up without what I've had to go through to get this to happen today? I'd also like you to know that during all of this, I was a cancer patient, so the stress has been absolutely insurmountable, as these two ladies will attest, and that's why they're here with me. The first thing actually on my list, that was the second thing. The first thing on my list is I would like to obtain from you people the proper procedure for filing a complaint against a law enforcement officer and or a city official. I have that. That means nothing.
That's the process we have.
It doesn't work.
That's the process we have.
Okay, I have come to your police office and been refused an opportunity to make a complaint.
That is correct.
Why?
Because of the, and I have not been involved with
I
everything
understand that.
when your son.
Fairly new on the job.
Okay. But based on what I have been briefed on, it's the past actions and occurrences that have wound up having this whole thing put in Mr. Kemp's office as the coordinator to get this handled.
Such as?
Such as your son coming into the police department and threatening employees. I was not there, so I'm giving you what I've been told.
Okay, I've been there when we walked into the police department. I was involved in a fictitious court case over here in your courtroom. Okay?
Okay, let me clarify something for you. I'm a city employee.
I understand that.
Okay. That's not my courtroom. That's the judge's
Do you have
courtroom.
anything to do with the police?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do they have the right to verbally assault people on the courtroom steps?
That incident, I'm not familiar with what you're talking about. You gotta understand, I wasn't there.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. I know you don't know.
But what I'm telling you is...
Tell you this,
Okay.
please. Bonnie Fishati, one of your officers, and two other officers assaulted verbally my son, told him to get the H out of here. You have no right to be here. While he was there supporting me in a lawsuit. Okay? About 3 minutes, and one of the employees for the City of Peoria was total witness to this, standing right next to him. Okay, about 3 minutes after this occurrence, my attorney and I walked out of the area we had been discussing things in. We're told about this. My attorney suggested let's just walk over here to the police department and file a report on this. 3 of us walk in the police department, and your officer, Rusty Picarallo, grabs my son. I mean, do you know Rusty? About 7 feet tall, like a linebacker. Grabs him physically, which is not proper, sir. You're not allowed in here. You get out. This is witnessed by my attorney and myself. We try to find out why. Nobody's going to tell us why.
What's your attorney?
Well, that's not pertinent right now.
Why isn't it pertinent?
You know who my attorney is. You've written their letters.
Okay, that's a good deduction.
She is not my attorney at this time. So it was not a criminal matter, a fictitious criminal matter, cooked up by the Peoria police. Just for your verification. I want you to be aware of that. It looks like only federal court can handle these things because it just doesn't work here. There's one thing. If you walk into the police department with an attorney to make a report and they won't let you, what is your next step?
Your next step, if that incident occurred the way you are reporting it.
That incident occurred.
If that incident occurred the way you are reporting it,